It is a part 2 of our lesson on the different parts of an essay. And in this video, we shall be looking at using an essay to explain the parts of an essay. Using an essay to explain the parts of an essay. What do I mean by that? In the part 1 of our lesson, we addressed the parts of an essay, right? Now this video is going to focus on using an essay. By that I mean a sample work, a sample essay to explain the parts of an essay. And since we're required to write a 5-paragraph standard essay, that is what we'll be using to further drive from this lesson. Now here comes the question. Using an essay on your best friend, explain the parts of an essay. Using an essay on your best friend, explain the parts of an essay. How do we go about it? The very first thing you're required to write here is your heading, or what you call the title. Since the question says using an essay on your best friend, explain the different parts of an essay, I pick out my best friend. That is my heading, right? But at the same time, I may decide not to use my best friend. I'm not saying there's anything bad with it. I may decide not to use it. I just look for another word that I can use to replace my best friend. Okay? In this case, I can say my confidant. That's another way of saying my best friend. I can equally say my best friend. I can use my pal. I can use a friend like no other. So you just try and make the heading a little catchy, because that's the first thing that the reader says in your work. When you're done with the heading, you move on to the next stage of the essay, and this stage is the introductory paragraph. Remember, we said that introductory paragraph is very important in your work because it is what grabs your reader's attention and sustains it. So if it is not well written, your reader may start losing interest in your work from this very first paragraph. Okay? We equally said that introductory paragraph contains the hook, the bridge, which can equally be called the background statement, right? And the thesis, which states the whole plan and purpose of the essay. So when you're done writing your work, you have to go through it on your own first before your reader sees it, right? So when you're done on your own, you can just sit back and start asking yourself, okay, this is my essay. Do I have the hook in this introductory paragraph? Oh, I do. That's nice. I mark it. Good. And then I move to the next one. Do I have a bridge? Do I have that sentence that linked my hook to my thesis? Oh, is here, I mark it. And then I move to the last, my bridge, my thesis rather. Is my thesis well written? Oh, so I have the hook, the bridge, and the thesis. I am done with my introductory paragraph. I mark it good. So be very conscious of it. Introductory paragraph must contain your bridge, your hook, and of course your thesis. Okay, so now let's move on to the introductory paragraph. This is it. I start reading. Friendship is one of the greatest blessings that not everyone is lucky to have. I pick up an essay and I come across this and I start wondering. So your essay should be able to make your reader think about certain things. But what does this writer mean by this? But people make a lot of friends every day. If you know that there's social media, people make thousands of friends every day. Why would this writer be saying this? Now I'm interested, and that's what your hook is supposed to do. I'm interested. I want to read further. We meet a lot of people in the journey of life, but only a few leave a mark in our lives. Is this person actually saying the truth? And then I use myself as a case study. I have a lot of friends around me, but only one has really stood the test of time. So I think to an extent, okay. And then I keep on reading. My best friend is one person who has been able to make a positive impact in my life. You understand? And then I look at it. It's true. This person is saying something very nice here. So once I'm very okay with the introductory paragraph, I want to go further. That is why your introductory paragraph has to be well written. Okay? Now that we're done with the introductory paragraph, let's move on to the next part of the book, the first part of the body. Remember that we said that the body paragraph has the topic sentence in it, the evidence, which is like an example to support your topic sentence, the explanation, and then of course the transitory sentence that wraps up that particular paragraph and links it up to the next paragraph. Okay, so let's move straight to our first body paragraph. I would read: I could recall vividly that my class teacher walked into the class that fateful morning and announced to us that the new pupil from Los Angeles in the United States of America will be joining us for the term. I remember the excitement everyone felt because it was actually the first time we would be seeing a white girl and having one sit with us in class. Okay, then I keep reading. I need to read to the end to explain to you. My teacher returned with the new pupil some minutes later, but to my greatest surprise, she wasn't fair. She was dark, but she was the most beautiful dark girl I have ever seen. Her hair was ebony black and it flowed down to her waist. She had sea blue eyes, a glossy skin, and a slender eyebrows. She had a joyous personality and a soothing voice. Okay, I keep on reading. My teacher, in a bid to make her feel welcome, told her to choose her seatmate. She walked past everyone and came straight to me. I was surprised. We bonded easily in no time, but I can assure you that it wasn't because of her beauty, but because I came to discover that even beyond the outward beauty lies an even greater inner beauty that could put the sun to shame. If you look at this paragraph, you understand something, that this paragraph is just centered on one thing, and that is how I made my best friend and how we became friends. That's all the paragraph is about. How we met and how we became friends. Okay, so I'll move on to the next paragraph. The next paragraph here is paragraph 3, and here it comes. Her courage is one of the reasons I formed such a bond with her. Okay, now that I've read this is my topic sentence, I want to go further to tell whoever is reading my work how courageous my friend is. So the body paragraph is about the topic sentence. So if I've said something about my best friend being courageous and I've taken that as my topic sentence, every other thing I'm going to write under the paragraph should tell my reader how courageous my best friend is. That's where your evidence comes in. Okay? Give an example to back up your topic sentence. Oh, my friend is really courageous. She did this, she did that. And then I explain further. Just keep expanding. At the end of the day, the aim is to really drive on my point, to make the reader know that my friend is really courageous. Okay, so I will read it again. Her courage is one of the reasons I formed such a bond with her. She always stood up to bullies and was never scared to put them in their place. Her courage has always inspired me to stand up and to raise my voice against injustice. So this is it. Don't forget, your topic sentence is very important, and every other thing in your paragraph should focus on letting the reader know more about the topic sentence. Now move on to paragraph 4. Her compassion is another quality that appeals to me. Okay, paragraph 3 talks about her courage. Paragraph 4 is on compassion. So this is my topic sentence. Her compassion is another quality that appeals to me. Every other thing in this paragraph should tell me more. Should tell me more, please. Don't forget. You should tell me more about my topic sentence. She shows compassion to both animals and humans. There was a day we saw an injured stray dog whimpering in pain. She did not only get the dog treated, but she also adopted the dog. Similarly, the day she saw an old woman on the street begging for alms, she did not hesitate to give the only money she had with her to the old woman. So, with this, your reader is able to follow your line of thought. Oh, this person is really compassionate. He does not only show kindness to humans, even to animals as well. Okay? So I go further, and this is the last paragraph. Don't forget I will say that the last paragraph is the concluding paragraph, and this paragraph is as important as the introductory paragraph. You know why? The concluding paragraph is what gives your reader rather, is what leaves your reader with something to think about. It leaves your reader with something to think about. Okay? Now, some few years back, I came in contact with an essay I was reading on something. I can't really remember the exact topic I was reading on, but the end of that essay caught my attention. It said, always remember that your parents are candles in your life. They consume themselves to light the way for you. Make their efforts worth it. That thing has never left me. Anytime I'm tempted to do something that is way out of line, it pulls me back. At the end of the day, I want to make sure that I don't waste their effort. Come to think of it, mom leaves the house in the morning, she goes to work, dad does the same thing. They work so hard. And when this money they're working for eventually comes, the first person they're thinking of is not even themselves. They don't think of themselves. The first person they think of is you. They need to pay your fees. They need to buy you clothes. They need to make sure you eat right. They need to give you a better life. Everything is you. It's when they're done satisfying you that they start thinking about themselves. Okay, now that Chinom has gotten this, okay, let's see if we can still get this for ourselves. So I think about that thing most times, and I just try and do all I can to make sure that I make their effort worth it. That is the power of a concluding paragraph. So it has to be well written, okay? We push each other to do our best, and we're always there to assist each other in times of need. A best friend is indeed a precious gem, and I am fortunate to have found that gem of my life. This is my concluding paragraph. Again, you have to make sure that it is well written, because long after your reader is done with your work, reading your work, something in your work, your concluding paragraph should be something that in a certain time in his life, he just flashes into his mind and smiles. Should be able to leave that lasting impression on your reader. Okay? So this is where we'll call it a day for this lesson. But I want you to do this because practice the same makes perfect. Try on your own now, once you're done with this lesson, to write your own essay. And then you create a checklist for yourself. When you're done writing, you already have the parts of your essay with you, right? So when you're done writing, use that part of your essay as your checklist to go through your work. And just keep ticking and be sure that everything about the parts of an essay is inside your essay. Keep doing that and you see yourself improving. You see yourself getting better. Okay? Take care of yourself and please be safe. Bye.